Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. And Ja Morant's first signature shoe with Nike has just been unveiled, and Ja Morant debuted the shoe on the court yesterday. So we've seen two colorways of the Ja Morant. But before we get into that, let's go over some shoes that I'm super duper excited about. So first of all, we got a sneak peek of the MB2 Rick and Morty, and of course the original MB1 Rick and Morty color was absolutely amazing, and that shoe was also mix and match. You know, one shoe was kind of like a very dark orange slash red color, and then the other one was like green. And also the MB2 slime colorway that came out was, it's just the best color that I've ever seen in recent history. Like the slime with the fuse that's kind of like dripping down. The green color looks amazing as well. And also this Rick and Morty. I mean, I really like this Rick and Morty colorway, but I don't think it's as good as the slime colorway or the first Rick and Morty, right? But this is still really dope. We have a look at the box, and also in the MB2 Rick and Morty, it's mismatched shoes as well. So one is like pink, and then the other is purple, and then the other one is more like Volt, right, with the pink, and then the one with the purple is like a really faded green color, which I really like as well. So yeah, it's just a super clean colorway, and also we can see Rick and Morty on the actual tongue. So yeah, this shoe looks absolutely amazing. I'm super duper excited about that. And also we've seen Jason Tatum wearing the Jordan 37 low, right? He's been wearing a lot of PEs, and honestly it does look better than the regular Jordan 37 aesthetically, and also for support. The material still looks like it's using Leno weave, but like around the panels, right, the quarter panels and stuff like that, and also in the forefoot area we have extra support. So in this color we have, it looks like a quilted pattern kind of on this like synthetic or maybe like a suede or nubuck material, right? So it has a lot more lateral counters. Like the regular 37 didn't really have any issues with lateral containment, but there's like thicker materials and more support. And also on top of the toe, like remember when, you know, Grant Williams destroyed and busted through his shoe, right, going forward? So you're not gonna have any issues with that with the 37 low, it looks like. But overall the cushion, like the tooling, looks exactly the same. Like if you look at the outsole and midsole, which not a huge fan of because the forefoot zoom strobel unit that's double stacked is too crazy for me, you know? And honestly, like even the Kyrie Infinity was a little too bouncy for me at times. The 37 takes it to another level, you know what I mean? So I wasn't a huge fan. I mean, I enjoyed it sometimes, but like a lot of times I thought like, oh, this is a little too much for me, you know what I mean? So there is the 37 low, and also we've seen Harden's, right? The Harden Volume 7, he actually was playing in this colorway yesterday, so I don't know when Adidas is gonna release these. Adidas, please release these. You guys are so damn bad at releases, you know what I mean? Like I don't understand what they're doing. Who's running their PR department, you know? Because like they release a shoe, right? A player releases a shoe, or actually even debuts a shoe for like half a year, you know? And that's a terrible time because like we already know what it looks like, and they take like 8 months to actually release the shoe, like after revealing it, right? And like after 8 months, we're just like, we don't care. The shoe's old now. You know what I mean? It's old news, and it feels like it came out like 2 years ago because it basically has. So yeah, whoever's running their PR team, I don't think is doing a very good job, because that just doesn't make sense. You know, you kind of want to wait like a couple of weeks to like a month. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let's kind of, you know, have some leaks, and that kind of builds some hype, right? And then have the actual release, that builds some hype as well. But if you wait like 6 to 8 months, and also we've seen like in their catalogs, them releasing the actual shoe and also tech specs like a year before. Like we've been having leaks of the Dawn issue, like the entire signature shoe line before it's even come out, like a year before, which is crazy. So Adidas, you guys need to do better. You know, we've already seen this colorway and stuff like that, but yeah, it actually looks really good on foot, and I'm super excited about it. But it looks like it's gonna be like very heavy and very bulky, and also super duper high. This looks like a parka jacket on your foot. So I don't know, like it kind of reminds me of like the Harden Volume 1 a little bit, which is a good thing, but yeah, I'm a little bit worried about those things. So we'll have to see until the shoe comes out. And also Westbrook has debuted this color. I mean, we've already seen this colorway, but he actually played in it again yesterday. So I guess there was a lot of debuting of shoes. But this is the Why Not 0.6. I like it. I like the design of the zipper, which is really cool. It says Why Not on the zipper as well, which I think is amazing design. It's using like that really thin material, which I am worried about because I'm still testing the one take fours. It was a one take fours, right? And the overall shoe is nice, but like it feels really bad for containment. Like my foot is moving around a lot in that shoe because the material is super thin and like not very supportive. So hopefully that's not the issue in the Y-Not 0.6, but overall I do like the aesthetics. The materials look super cheap though. Like the leather looks like it's synthetic leather, like on the medial side as well. Whatever like fake materials they're using there, just I don't like either. Also, I'm pretty curious as to what the cushion is. It doesn't say Zoom anywhere on the shoe that we can see. Yeah, it doesn't say anywhere. We have a mid-foot chain plate, but it doesn't say Zoom, which is weird. Probably a forefoot Zoom setup like in the Y-Not 0.5, right? And also, Luka was seen wearing these PEs yesterday as well. And of course, yesterday was Christmas, and I mean, this is an amazing colorway. Like this light blue with the gold. Ooh, it looks so damn clean. I don't know what's going on in the heel with like the embroidery. I'm not a huge fan of that. But the overall colorway looks absolutely sick. And also, say it with your kick says Nike Basketball Kobe 8 Pro Triple White will be releasing during the fall of 2023. So next year, I'm not a huge fan of translucent. I don't like translucent outsoles just because I don't like yellowing, and also the performance can be a little bit different from solid rubber counterparts, but super damn excited. Kobe 8s are one of my favorite shoes to play in of all time. The lightest basketball shoe ever. So yeah, I'm just very curious what they changed in the cushioning setup for the Protro, because if you guys remember what Protro is, performance retro, so they're gonna update or upgrade the tech in the shoe versus like the older like retros, right? Or not even retros, like the older original shoes. And now let's get on to the actual jaws. So first of all, this colorway is called the Day Ones, right? And it's supposed to release April of next year, 2023. So like 4 months, which is kind of crazy too. Nike usually doesn't do that. When they kind of like unveil a shoe, it kind of, they used to just release it in like a couple weeks to a month. So 4 months is really crazy. I don't know what they're doing either over at the PR department. Like, do you guys agree? Like, as far as the hype goes, I mean, I guess it is jaw, but like, that's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? When I first saw it, I was like, not a huge fan. A lot of you guys liked it though, especially telling me in the Instagram DM. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, a lot of you guys were saying it looks like a Kyrie 1 and also the Kobe 4, which definitely is not a bad thing. So it looks like the Kobe 4, the Kyrie 1 did the fun nighttime activities and made the jaw 1. And also it kind of looks like a skate shoe, which of course is not a bad thing. But it doesn't look like a basketball shoe to me, you know? And also, I don't like how bulky and like edgy it looks as far as the midsole goes. Like usually, like for me, heel to toe transition is pretty important, right? And what I like to see is, for example, in like the Currys, right? The Curry 4 Flotro. You guys see this shape, this crazy shape, and also like in the heel and in the forefoot, right? So it makes the heel to toe transition super smooth. The jaws to me look very edged and squared out. You know, for example, like a shoe that I really don't like to play in is the Jordan 12 because it's so squared off. Look at this, right? And it's so stiff, and also it doesn't, look at that, it's super clunky. It feels like a boot when you're playing it, and look at how edged it is here in the heel, right? So just in my personal opinion, I mean, I know a lot of people that like to play in Jordan 12s, which makes no sense to me, but you know, I mean, everyone has their own different preferences, so that's okay. But that's what it looks like to me in the jaw ones, right? And as far as the cushioning setup goes, it says Zoom in the forefoot, right? If you look at the actual outsole, it says Air Zoom. And so I'm guessing it's a forefoot Zoom unit, but we're not 100% sure what type. It can be like a half circle one, it can be a rectangular one, it could be like a very small targeted like hexagonal Zoom unit. We don't know. Or maybe it can be a Zoom turbo unit, a Zoom strobo unit in the forefoot like the Kyrie Infinities. That would be a little too crazy. I would just prefer Zoom turbo unit, but like as far as like first signature shoe goes, like they don't put a lot of tech in, right? So if we look at, you know, like the Zoom Freak 1, PG 1, and also even the Kyrie ones, Nike has always given us like a budget option, right, for first signature shoes. So these were all $110 I think maybe the Zoom Freak one was like 120 bucks, but around the 110, 120 bucks, right? So cheaper materials. It lacks a lot of tech. They're just using, all of these are using targeted zoom units, which of course that's normal, Yeah, and as far as the Phylon goes, the jaw is probably gonna be like a Phylon, nothing crazy. And also we have a little bit of a sneak peek of the outsole, and the outsole looks like a very chaotic traction pattern. It actually kind of reminds me a little bit of the Zoom Freak one, like on the white parts, right? Just a tiny bit. A little bit, no? But it is a solid rubber outsole, and we can see Ja Morant's logo in the middle of the outsole as well, which I'm not a huge fan of. And also for the materials, they're using just like open mesh. And as far as the leather materials go, the leather materials looks like a synthetic leather actually. It doesn't look too nice, and also we can see it going around the perimeter of the actual upper, so that it kind of, even like on the lateral side, you have a little bit more lateral support, which of course is a good thing. And also we have open mesh, like a very open mesh. It's probably like a hyperfused material like underneath that, like the Kyrie ones. And then we have the swoosh. The swoosh is like it looks like a very thick swoosh, you know what I mean? And like in the colorway that Ja was playing in yesterday, there's a 12 in the back, and then the swoosh kind of wraps around all the way into the heel and it extends into the other side of the shoe, which is actually pretty cool. And also we can see in the back of the shoe, in the midsole, the rubber outsole does come up the cage of the cushion a little bit, but there is a good amount of like compression marks from the actual foam, so I'm guessing it might be a little soft. But yeah, I mean, all of these on-foot shots, I do like this colorway, and the shoe is definitely growing on me. Hopefully it doesn't feel too clunky or too heavy, because like honestly it kind of looks a little heavy, you know what I mean? It looks a little chonky, it looks a little boot-like, kind of reminds me of like the shape, the overall shape of the Kyrie ones, right? But yeah, so I am pretty damn excited. And also Devin Booker is supposed to get a signature shoe as well next year. So yeah, I mean, there's been rumors that the PG line is gonna be discontinued. I mean, Nike's never said anything about this. I've just seen it in like the comments, like rumors. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because I love PG's line. But I guess if they're getting rid of Kyrie and PG, they have two new signature shoe lines, like Ja and Devin Booker, and also Jason Tatum. But he's with Jordan Brand, but Nike owns Jordan Brand, you know what I mean? But Jason Tatum is also getting a signature shoe next year, 2023. So I'm super duper excited about that. But anyways, tell us your thoughts on the Ja 1, like aesthetically, and what do you think the tech's gonna be? But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.